Welcome everybody to another live Lotto drawing for a few knives today. I've gone back, as I said in my last video, going back to my roots with some traditional with a twist. I got caught up all through this year on a lot of modern stuff and, modern gentleman folders kind of, but I wanted to go back to the roots, get some slip joints, and we'll do some lockback soon and multi-blade knives and more complications coming forward. I'll try and still sneak in a few, like some Tengus. I always see requests for that, and maybe a few other modern knives that are more on the gentleman side of things. But really working to push towards more slip joints and more lockbacks, things of that nature. So today I took traditional with a twist to the next level, and I'll show you guys these knives. What I've done is I've taken the pivot, which traditionally is a round pivot right there, and switched it up. So this one's not super dramatic, keeps it fairly traditional. I got to get the nail neck on my side so I can open this bad boy. So this one has an acid wash blade, so you can see on the spine we've got acid wash all the way through there, right? So one thing I did a little while back is add that little lanyard pin. I like to keep things aesthetically clean on the front side, so that's why I've kind of done this. But this is some jigged bone. You can see I kept a lot of the jigging on the main part. Kind of see from the butt end that it's just rounded over on those edges. Super comfy to hold, and some really cool jig bone actually. Some that I dug from deep. I haven't used it for a little while. So you can hear the walk and talk in those is really good. And then this one I've kind of dubbed the 70s vibe native. I was kind of going for some 70s colors. You get the brown, light brown, orange, kind of a vintage yellow, some off-white, and then of course the pivot is silver. So the key to these is, and it's kind of hard to see on camera, but you cannot see that pin. Still hiding the pin within that metal pivot. This one's got a hand rub blade. And if you notice, I do the treatment on both sides. So kind of an extra something special for those of you that are lefties. You can kind of still see what's happening on either side. Only difference is nail nick and my name are just on the show side, so that's what designates it as a right hand. Next one is one that I've heard many descriptions of this one. And this one is a little more subtle. You can see it in the light where that carbon fiber hits it. Some guys have said it resembles a golf tee. I had a guy the other day tell me it looked like a horseshoe nail. So you can take it for whatever you want it to be. You can make it that way. I was telling one guy I should make the pivot round so that it actually does look like a golf tee. So you can see on this guy another different shape, slightly different from the bone one, and obviously different from the rectangle. But this is a nice piece of burlap, going with some old school colors that I've done before, which is the orange and black with burlap on top. So there's that boy. Again, both sides have the effect. Another hand rub blade. What designates it as right-handed is of course the name and the nail nick on the one side. And then last but not least is the one that shows a little bit more. I had a few guys tell me that this had kind of a Mandalorian feel to it, right? Kind of has that green, red. It's got a thin layer of tan under there. And this one I did in a dark hand rub. I don't know if this is going to show up on this camera. Let's see if it will. I think it will. There we go. Kind of shows up. You can see the lines on that hand rub just a little bit. And of course, same thing here on that back spring. it's darkened to match. Much easier to tell in person. Again, walk and talk. You guys can hopefully hear that on the mic. So we've got these 4. Let's go for 4 plus 2 alternates on this drawing. Let's go over here and see how many we got. How many looked? It's 2 something. So 263 is where we're at. So let's throw that down here and draw. So our first choice goes to 254 right there. S. Chan. I guess you popped your email on your name. So we'll figure that one out in a minute. I'm guessing that's how I'm going to contact you. So you've got number 1. And let's see here. You know what I'm going to do, fellas? I just noticed this as well. He put in 2. So we are going to delete. Sorry about that. And we're going to redraw because he entered twice, unfortunately. I will give him that first one just because I'm feeling like not being a total jerk, but we are going to redraw with 262. Let's generate it. We got 196. In fact, you know what, guys? I am going to, yeah, Misha, you saw that double entry. I'm going to delete that, and 196 is going to be our number 1. You got to be careful, guys, not to enter twice because that just screws everything up, makes it not fair for everybody else. So let's go with 196 as our first one, and that is Alan Nichols. So Alan, you've got first choice. Let's go down here to the next one, 177. Hedda. I think that's, no. Gerardo. Let's see, we got number 2 for you. And then up top at 36. 36, Plico, dude. He's one of the luckiest guys. I do these things live for this reason. Because some guys just win all the time. And I try and do things that are, lottos for people that have never owned one before. But some guys are very, very lucky. All right. Number 4 is our number 4. So let's go up there. David. We'll find out which David here shortly. And then let's go to our alternates. 254. Okay, Jared, you are my alternate number 1. Great name. Even spelled right. You've got alternate number 1, and then alternate number 2 is 165. Blake Bess, you have alternate number 2. Let's organize these up and see where we are. So here are our winners today. And again, you got to be careful, guys. Sometimes I'll forget there's a little button that I've got to click that says only allow 1 entry. And sometimes I don't do that. So some guys will double entry. I try and go through and check them all, but I must have missed that last one because it came in right at last minute. I'll watch it as the lotto goes through. But anyway, it's got to be fair for everybody. So that's why I redrew it and cleaned that up. So our winners today are Alan Nichols, Gerardo Gonzalez, Plico Win, David, we'll find out. And then our alternates are Jared Hankin and Blake Bess. So congratulations to all of you. If you are watching, feel free to reach out to me on whatever way, whether it's email, Facebook, Instagram, whatever your method that you prefer, go ahead and reach out to me. And I'll be reaching out to all of you right up front and let you know that you are in line, and we'll see if we can get through these 4. And then again, watch for next week. I'll actually have a little bit of a quiet week. Next week's our fall break, so I'm going to be gone most of the week next week. I might, I'm not even sure if I'll get one out, but the week after that, we're going to go for some new things. I've got a new take on the tail lock with a little modification. And then I'm going to start kicking out a few 2-bladed knives and may also introduce a 2-bladed slip joint. We'll see how that goes. So I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend, and watch for some more things. I'll try and post things along next week as I move along, if I get any done, and then also the following week. And we'll see.